Not since 2012 had the Offspring made an album. Has that been a long enough wait? Has that been far too long for them to release music that makes it sound fresh, new, or have they just decided to just do the same old Offspring that they have been doing since the mid to late 90s, where they kind of, got success with Original Prankster and the Kids Aren't Alright and, songs of that magnitude. Since the time the Offspring have made a new album, there's probably hundreds of bands or tens of bands that are either, reformed, diminished again and reformed again in the time that they've taken to decide to make a 10th album. Different lineup changes over the past how many years, and obviously the only surviving members technically is really Dexter Holland, and obviously Noodles is there as well since about 1985. The 90s and early 2000s came up, and the punk scene was absolutely massive, and they did so well. They were a big impact on my life. Now, how does this album fare to Things Gone Past? Is it new? Is it still the Offspring, or was it given enough changes so it makes out that it's still a band you want to go back and listen to their past stuff and also listen to their new stuff? Yes and no. The album has been produced by Bob Brock, I believe. I think that's the third time he's done an album with the Offspring. I'm not 100% sure, so someone in the comments tell me that. I'm not sure. I've not really done masses of research. I'm just going over my own remembering of things. The Offspring, they show no signs of slowing down at all. I will give them that completely. No signs of it slowing down. They're still just going on it. They snap on the bloody guitars. They know what they want to do, even in their 50s. And like Dexter Holland's 55, Noodles is 58. The album as a whole, I think it will divide opinion on people that will like past stuff and people who slightly like the newer kind of things. It's like the title track of the album, Let the Bad Times Roll. It will divide opinion on whether people like it or not. It's a late 2000s, early 2000s. It's a song that I could actually see on Splinter, which is 2003. Tell me if I'm wrong again if it's not Splinter. They had the songs like Hit That and stuff. I could see that song being on that kind of album, or even Ixnay. It could possibly be on there as well. I liked it. It's a sing-along kind of track. You can just see yourself in the car driving away. Really do like that song. It's dubious whether anyone needs a piano ballad of the Offspring, because obviously they did a Requiem of Gone Away. It felt out of place with the entire album as it was going on, but for me, it's a very good song. And it obviously meant a lot to Dexter to obviously decide to do this song, because this song was made originally on the basis of that he had lost, it was either a family member or he lost a fiance or someone in an accident, and that song was made for them. So for him to even sing it in general is a very, very powerful thing, and for him to decide that he wanted to do a kind of ballad with it, of an old song, I respect that. Do I think it necessarily fits in the album? No. And that's the theme that I have for this whole entire album. It feels like there's too many mixtures of different things, and it doesn't necessarily know what it 100% wants to be. Does it want to be an old school kind of Offspring album? Does it want to be a new kind of Offspring album? Or is it like amalgamation of everything into one, where then it doesn't really seem to have a kind of a flow and a kind of mix properly? Some of his lyrics can sound a bit cliche as a whole, and things like breakdown, takedown. It's like, yeah, okay. You'd think you'd find something a bit new, especially at your kind of age, but at the same time, punk isn't derived on being complex. It's a simple kind of, it's a simple kind of genre of music, and can be as simple or as complex as you want to make it out to be. You go back to Smash in 1994, where songs like This Is Not Utopia kind of it dilutes a little bit of the kind of intensity of using the roots of America, the roots of hysteria, the roots of, it's just it's just too, it works and it doesn't work. For a lot of people that are so used to different things going on with music now, it can seem a bit but with music, you have to kind of make sure that you are using it in a kind of way where you ignore who the band is, you know what you're listening to, and just like it for what it is. Don't go too in depth with it. It's like someone necessarily like I could sometimes. And so when I listen to this album, I just try to listen to for what it is, and that's what you should always do. Hassan Chop is a very welcoming kind of song where it's just massive, relentless punk drive. It has a rock metal kind of feel to it as well, and to a certain degree, and I really quite like that. I wouldn't say the album as a whole is this cutting edge album, and I don't think they want it to be. They're at a stage in their career where they want to make something for themselves and also the fans to a degree that know who they are and what audience they're kind of aiming for. Are they aiming for new crowd? Possibly to a certain degree, but you know they don't need to. They've made their money. They know what they want to do, and to a point, are they stuck in their ways? Yeah, to a point, but they know what works, and they know what doesn't work. You know, they have taken a few risks on this album, and I respect them for that. Hence, like, you know, they've used a piano ballad of "Gone Away." They've changed a few, you know, different things around on songs like Hassan Chop and you know, This Is Not Utopia, and obviously the old school of, you know, the Let the Bad Times Roll, which is kind of, you know, a throwback kind of song. So, what would I give this album? I would out of 5, I would probably give it 3. Out of 10, I would probably give it 7. But that's just one man's take on this album. You might be completely different, and that is fine. Don't let anybody tell you that your opinion doesn't matter, especially when it comes to music or anything in life. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you again soon. And I apologise for being gone for so long, but I will be back doing more of these videos. Bye bye.